Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how I make my fish pie. Some people have actually asked me to show them how I do it, so I thought I'd do a video. So I'm just deboning my boiled mackerel. I've seasoned the mackerel. I boiled it just with water and seasoning, so I've just removed the bones. Now moving on to the pastry, we're going to need 1.5 kilograms of flour, and for the flour I'm using 750 grams of butter. Now for this is very important part, which is the pastry. To make it nice and soft, the measurement is just whatever flour you're using, whatever the weight of your flour, you're going to use half of the weight of your flour for your butter. So because my flour is 1.5 kilogram, that's why I'm using 750 grams, because that's half of 1.5 kilogram. So if you're using 1 kilogram of flour, then you use 500 grams of butter, and so on. Okay, let's say you use 500 grams of flour, you're going to use 250 grams of butter. I hope that makes sense. So half of whatever your flour measures, and just combine. Make sure you combine everything, your butter and your flour. Don't add any water yet. Make sure everything is well combined before you start adding water. So you combine it till it looks like crumble. You know when you're making apple crumble, the top, where the thing that goes on the top, once it looks like that, or if you're Nigerian, if you're making ogi, you know, the leftovers from ogi, if it starts to look like that, then yes, it's well combined. And as you can see, now you can add water. Make a little well in the middle, and then just add tiny bit of water as you go along. As you can see, I'm not pouring the whole cup of water into the pastry, so just add it slowly. As you can see, gently, just slowly mix it and see how far you need to go. And when you're adding water, don't just add it to where you've already done. Add it to wherever is left, you know, to be combined. As you can see, I've done it to the side this time because that side needs to be more combined. So you just keep going, but don't put too much water. Don't get carried away. And also what I do, I use warm water to mix my pastry. I think it makes a difference, but I'm not a food scientist. I don't know anything. I actually learned this from my sister, and she has a degree in baking technology management and food science. So yeah, I learned from her. But I'm not interested in the science parts. All I know is that I want to eat fish pie and I want a nice soft pastry. So I just follow whatever she does. Yeah, so I'll just mixing, combining. As you can see, I'm just adding water slowly. Don't pour all the water at once. You don't want, you don't want watery pastry, or you don't even want it to, I think sometimes when you put too much water, actually it makes the pastry a bit dry, like on the crunchy side. We're not trying to make chin chin out here, you get me? It's fish pie. The pastry is meant to be nice and soft. So just combining, no punching, just kneading, you know. Just trying to combine everything. And keep combining until everything is nice and well combined. And just keep kneading until you get something soft like this. You see it when it's well combined. But don't overdo it. Don't overdo with the kneading as well. Just push. You're pushing. Bring it back and push forward. You know, in Nigeria, when you wash your hand, when you wash your clothes, you know how you wash your clothes? You pull it back and you push it forward. You know, if you're washing like jeans, I don't know. I'm saying it like I used to wash clothes. But I've seen how it's done, okay, whatever. But yeah, so that's the pastry done. Moving on to our roux. This is what makes the filling nice and moist. We're going to melt butter. As you can see, I've melted my butter. I'm just adding about 2 spoons of flour and just mix it. 2 to 3 spoons is good enough. Just mix the flour, combine the flour and the butter, and then add milk. I'm using coconut milk because I don't drink cow's milk, but you can actually use cow's milk. You can use any milk, really, any plain milk, not this chocolatey ones. So yeah, so just add your milk. I used about a cup. That's a measuring cup, by the way. So I used about a cup of milk, and there you have it. Funny enough, I started doing this and I thought it was recording, but it wasn't recording. So that's why I have 2 pots. I've started doing it already, and I realized I wasn't recording. I'm like, this is the most important part because everybody wants to see how I keep the fish moist. So just mix your fish, pour your fish inside the roux, and that's just the new roux that I've made. So that's what you do. Just pour your fish inside it and just mix. Mix. That keeps it moist even after putting it in the oven, because if you don't put the roux, trust me, the fish will come out dry. And I've had so many dry fish pies at parties, and nah, if the insides are dry, I'm not eating it. Sorry, it's just not on. It's not on. I mean, I like good food. So moving on to the pastry, you realize after leaving the pastry for a little bit, it's a bit softer to actually knead. So that's quite good, but don't overdo it with the kneading. And also when you're rolling, you just roll back, not like this, as you can see, not like you're trying to blend pepper. No. You're gonna do, it's like you're basically spreading. You're not trying to, you're not trying to blend it. You're trying to spread it. So as you can see, I'm moving it around. So where it's thick, I'm concentrating on where it's thick and just trying to make it thinner. So you're just spreading. Remember that you're spreading, you're not blending. You're not grinding pepper, okay? So we're not trying to, grind pepper. We're trying to spread, to make it wide enough and not too thin, but not too thick. And I'll just show you. It's up to you. If you like your pastry thin, go for it. But when it's too thin, it just doesn't do it. Like, you just don't, it doesn't bang. But yeah, so you just keep moving around. If you have like a wider board, even better, but I don't. So I just have to do small bits at a time. But as you can see, sometimes I'm not even doing like rolling in the middle. Like, you're just trying to target where it's still thick, and you just get your bowl and just cut it. It depends how big you want. I'm actually going to add the measurement of this bowl to this video, so don't worry, I'll add the measurement. So the egg is for egg wash, so we just put the egg wash around the edge of your pastry, because you're going to be using that to close it. So just push in your filling. Don't make sure your filling is not too much that is spilling out, and then just cover it, pull it over to cover, and we're just going to use our fork to just close the edges. Trust me, it's quite straightforward. The first time you might not get it, but trust me, the second time or the third time, keep trying. It's not hard at all. You just need to practice, really. Just press it down with your fork. Make sure you're not spreading it with your fork. You just want to press down and lift. Like, it's not a spreading competition. Okay, just press down, lift, press it, not press and slide. No, because that's just going to make it all too flat at the edge, and it's just nah. Oh, nah, it just doesn't look nice. But yeah, so we're just doing that. Press and lift, press and lift. I used to spread it all out, but my sister's like, nah, it don't look nice, love. So just press, lift, press, lift. And what I tend to do, if it's a bit too, spread out, then I just use the back of my fork to just, I think there's a part I did that in this video, so you see what I mean. I just use the back of the fork to just push it in a bit. But here we go again. I'm just going to show you again. As you can see, this one is a thick one. So going forward, not back and forth, go forward, or you can decide to go backwards, but don't do back and forth. Can you see? Forward, because we're spreading. We're not blending. We're not grinding. We're spreading it. So to get it to spread out and to be less thick. So when you get to the desired thickness or thinness, then you cut it out. Okay, we managed to get 3 out of this one. Yeah. So your egg wash, you can either do the egg wash before you put your filling, it's up to you. Just whichever one comes to mind first. That's what I'll be doing. So place your filling in the middle. My daughter is just coming with a tab. Oh, okay, she's not. So cover your pie as you do, and then press and lift, not press and spread. Oh yeah, just lift up the fork, don't bring it forward, lift it up, and there you go. Oh, can you see that how soft that pastry is? Trust me, this is the best recipe I've ever tried. Okay, and can you see I'm using the back of my fork to just sort out the edges of the pie so it looks nice and neat. And we're going to do the egg wash for the top of the pie just to make sure everything, the browning, it browns all round properly. I don't know how to say it, okay. And I'm using this brush. This is the favorite thing, my favorite thing, the best thing I've ever bought for baking, really. Is a silicone brush. It's better than the normal brushes because once you wash it, it dries quickly, like unlike the the normal brushes with the hair on it. It's just nah. And it's only £1 from Poundland, which is quite good. So yeah, it's the best thing I've ever bought for baking anyway. And also I'm using a non-stick tin foil for my trays. If you don't have non-stick, you can use parchment paper. If you don't have that, just use normal tin foil, and then you could put butter on it and then a bit of flour, so it doesn't stick to your tin foil. And if you don't have tin foil, place it direct on your baking tray. It's not that deep, okay? And just place put some flour on your tray, just a little bit, dust it with flour, and then it doesn't stick. And there we go. Voila, look at the inside, baby. Thanks for watching.